It is the Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Bobcaygeon. I'm one of your hosts, Terry, and not in the studio with me this morning is my good friend Jim. Not available to be in the hot seat, with the hot coffee, with the hot breakfast, with everything hot, from hot topics to the latest, greatest, whatever. Have you heard? Jim will be here starting tomorrow, and we will do a few podcasts. In the meantime, how about this for an opener? The blessed tines of the steel-tongued drum. Yeah, I've got a few mallets, and I got it as a gift from my kids for a birthday. And I like to play around with musical instruments of all sorts, and usually percussion kinds of stuff, shakers, and what are the who-done-its, the findangles and zing-zinglers and ting-tinglers of the Whoville crowd and their musical instruments. I would have loved to join in that. A band, the Whoville band of ting-tinglers and zing-zinglers and all that stuff. Well, I don't have all of that Whoville stuff, but I love to get instruments that are quirky, kazoos and triangles and things that make sounds, or making sounds out of boxes and hollowed out wood pieces, things that you can tap, things that you can strum. You know those little frogs that are the Tibetan kind of frogs that are hollowed out and you just run a wooden stick along them and they go and I don't know if that's the right pitch or not. Have you ever wondered about pitch? I'm not talking about slow pitch, fast pitch. I'm not talking about inside, outside, curveball, fastball. I'm not talking about a sales pitch. I'm not talking about a soccer pitch or a croquet pitch or lawn bowling pitch. I'm not sure how many things can be used to describe pitch. But I'm thinking of hertz, the measurement of frequencies of oscillation, of the curves, the sine waves, the way frequencies are measured, the high and the low, the peaks and the valleys. Did you know, or did you ever wonder if the universe has a pitch? And if the universe is created, does that mean God has perfect pitch? Oh, I couldn't resist that dad kind of joke. Frank Sinatra was supposed to have perfect pitch, could sing whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. It was always pitch perfect. I'm not so inclined, not gifted and blessed in that way. I struggle to remain on key most of the time and have to struggle with multiple passes to get the right notes all in place. I don't know if I would use pitch correction all the time, but I have been known to use it when I could never quite nail a part and I needed it. So yes, pitch correction. Sometimes we resort to that, or we just come close and call it horseshoes in music. The universe, does it have a perfect pitch? And if so, what is it? Well, I was enlightened by some people to learn that the universe, they claim, has an oscillation frequency that can be measured. And apparently it is 136.10. And I'm not sure what that is, but I know who uses it, and it tends to be in the Eastern mystical traditions, like the Buddhists who have an What is that pitch? Well, I'm not sure that I have a device here at the ready that I could measure a 136.10, but that's the pitch of the universe, the universal background noise, the hum of the universe. And although I was jesting about, does God have perfect pitch? I'm sort of wondering, is that a built-in artifact of creation? The Big Bang, evolution? Where does all that come from? Where does the universe get an oscillating frequency? What generates it? Is it all the stars? Is it the movement of galaxies and the spiral galaxies, the Milky Way? Or are we just picking up our own antenna from our own TV sets with the rabbit ears, and they bounce off the whatever the layer of the atmosphere is called, high above the Earth, and that is called, it's the ionosphere. I'm guessing something up there. Radio waves bounce off. We reflect waves to ourselves. I'm not sure what this is all signifying. It could be a lot about nothing, evidence of nothing. There's a tip of the hat to my good friend Jim in a song, Evidence of Nothing. And I'm wondering whether the universe's frequency amounts to the sum total of all frequencies. You know the way you mix color, and if you mix them all together, you get a muddy brown or gray. When you start off with your palette of red, green, blue, and black and white, and you add those values all together, you just get mud. Even if you just put red, yellow, green together, or blue, yellow, green, blue, yellow, red together, primary colors, mix them, you just get some kind of washout of the frequencies of those colors. So how does it all hum at 136.10? And I've never tried. I've not found that, but I have heard about people doing this with the tuning forks and hovering it over your body, and it's supposed to result in calm. The keep calm, carry on is literal. It calms the savage beast. So when you're out in the jungle and you're about to be eaten by the lion, apparently you're supposed to have a tuning fork tuned to 136.10 and beat the lion over the head with it, vibrating at the perfect pitch of the universe, so the lion will be at one with the cosmos. At least that's a theory. I'm not sure I would want to test it in the Sahara or any other place, but it is an interesting idea. And there are some other universal values, I think, such as H2O, water maybe being considered a universal solvent. It'll dissolve most substances. Are there other things that are, universal in that sense means just the same quality on this earth, but are there things that are the same? Is velocity the same no matter where you are in the cosmos? Is your speed measured the same way? Is it always the same math that's involved? And did we get it right the first time? Did we get it right when we thought the stars were diamonds literally glued to a velvet black mass over the dome of the Earth? And did we get it right when we thought the Earth was flat? Did we get it right when we thought that Atlantis existed? Maybe it did. What's the evidence? All of this stuff is just evidential based. It's what is the evidence for anything? And that's where I hang my hat, is on evidence. I like conspiracy theories. I like belief systems. But I'm not sure, without a great deal of evidence, proof, to back it all up, that belief is anything but some form of magical thinking where you wish it were so. You wish that the world were like this. You wish for what do they call him? The great father, white father in the sky with the beard. That you wish for somebody who would look after you and protect you and keep you safe and sound, because that's the wish of all humans everywhere. So everybody's got a version of it. Is it a universal quality, this look up and hope for divine intervention? Is that something that's universal? Is the water being blue a universal? Does every culture paint water as blue? That's kind of an interesting question. How about, are all grasses green? Or is that just a Western British Empire kind of thing where we all manicure our postage stamp lawns and they are green, and it has to be some kind of definite green? And we criticize our kids in kindergarten when they don't have green grass, blue sky, and yellow sun. And yet, is it possible to perceive the world differently? To have a different perception of what is? And how do you tell a child's imagination that maybe the sky isn't that murky, and maybe the sun isn't pink, or maybe the sun isn't? How do you correct somebody? I'm not sure that we should. Let imagination run wild. Let the universe reveal itself and its constants, its values, to you. I wonder if that's true. I wonder. Take care now. Jim and Terry Show signing off.
It's calm
relationship I have with my moment.